Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are in my living room again because my house is an absolute wreck everywhere else. We are moving so soon, so things are getting packed up. I literally don't have half of the stuff I need to like set up my backdrop anymore. So here we are. But today we are gonna be reviewing the new Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. Throwback to Glozell if you guys don't know that. Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. We are going to be trying out the foundation and I'm going to be trying out the concealer today. So if you want to get my full thoughts and my review on this new product, then sit back, relax, enjoy this video, and don't forget, like this video, subscribe below, and hit that notification bell. Okay, we are back. We are zoomed in on my face and we are gonna dive right in. So I have the Rare Beauty foundation right here. So I have this in the shade 210 Neutral. It comes in 1 fluid ounce and I believe this comes in 47 shades. I think that's right. If that's wrong, I'll put it on the screen, but I'm pretty sure it comes in 47 shades, which I think is a really great range. It retails for $29, which I think is pretty on par for most other brands at Sephora. A little lower than most of the higher end brands. So I was like, pretty pleased with the $29 price point. But I noticed when you get it out of the packaging, it's got this soft touch. It's not as heavy as I thought it was gonna be, but it still is pretty nicely weighted. I love this little thing on the top. It reminds me of like a pearl. So I think it's really pretty. I don't know if that's what they were going for. Rare like a pearl, is that a saying? I don't think that's a saying. But this is a really thin foundation because I didn't even look on the package, but it does say shake well. Because when you shake it, yeah, there's one of those little balls in there. It sounds kind of like a can of spray paint. So I believe it's gonna be super thin. So when you open this up, it's got kind of like the same packaging as the Clinique Beyond Perfecting. But do you see it's got that giant doe foot kind of situation? It's not gonna focus. My camera is still on the fritz. So happy about it. But I'm just gonna dive in. So I'm gonna open this up and I'm just gonna take the doe foot. I'm not really sure how much to apply. So I'm just gonna do like a 1, 2, 3 kind of situation. Take a little bit up here, just a touch through my beard. And then I'm gonna pop that back on there. And I'm just gonna go into a foundation brush I use all the time. It's the Morphe Jaclyn Hill, this buffing foundation brush. It's super good. And I'm just gonna buff this into the skin and we'll see what happens, y'all. Okay, first impressions, the color I chose is definitely a little dark for me, a little warm. It's kind of olivey. I mean, it matches a lot of my body. I feel pretty okay, not terrible, but it's definitely a little darker. Not a big deal, we can adjust that with some concealer. I got a lighter shade on purpose. But this blended out like that so fast. It literally feels like nothing. Like nothing on the skin. And I'm not someone who really cares about that. But if you are someone who hates how foundation feels, this is truly weightless. Like feels like air. Like, wow, I'm super shocked by that. Coverage is better than I thought. It's like a very light medium, leaning medium coverage right off the bat with the amount of product I used. And I think it looks pretty nice. Definitely slightly glowy, but not emphasizing a bunch of texture, and overall looking pretty nice. So I'm gonna blend this on the rest of my face and then we'll be back to play with the concealer, y'all. Okay, so I've had this on for a couple minutes now and it's stayed pretty tacky on the skin. And I mean, if I touch it even just a little bit, it does move the foundation, like, I mean, fully lifts it up. There's just something about this. It looked really pretty at first, but the longer it sat on my skin, it's still giving me a glow, but it's like it hasn't sunk into my skin at all. It's just kind of setting just above the surface. Like no matter how much I try to really press it in here, it just doesn't really sink in. Oh no, I don't want to dislike this. I genuinely wanted to like this. I'm not a Selena stan, but looking at the brand, I was like, this looks so beautiful. I really hope I love this. And I don't know if I love this so far. This is a little meh. Not looking awesome. Okay, we're gonna be fine. We're just gonna dive in the concealer. Maybe once I powder this, it'll look better, but let's conceal it up, y'all. Okay, so for the concealer, I picked mine up in the shade 200C, which is a little bit lighter. It's a cool toned concealer, and oh, damn. This is a huge doe foot. Like I said, I doubt my camera's gonna focus, but it's really big. Like, I'm super surprised because the package is so small. But I don't mind a big doe foot because it means maybe I won't have to dig into it as much, which makes me Pretty happy. I love that. So let's get this in my eyes. Okay, so I'm just gonna take, I don't know how much to take. I guess I'll just do as much as I normally would. Like that. Okay, thought I was gonna like this applicator and it's actually kind of weird. Huh, maybe I don't like that. Okay. It's a really thin consistency. It seems like it's gonna be super thick, and then as you get it on the skin, it kind of thins out. But let's blend this out really fast. Okay, first impressions, this coverage is super, super light. I'm definitely getting a lot of my darkness still showing through here. But overall, it's not looking overly dry or anything right away. Let's see if this builds up at all. A little bit, just in the parts where I'm really dark. I don't need a crazy full coverage concealer. I mean, I do want a little more coverage since the foundation isn't kind of doing it. See if I can build up a little coverage on my face. See if I can make that look a little better. Okay, let's blend this out. Okay, so building it up, I mean, it doesn't really. I got a little more coverage, but I'm still just seeing, it just still looks really hollow, not super bright through here. So I would probably definitely have to use a color corrector if I wanted to use this on like a daily basis, or if I wanted more coverage, I would have to like kind of correct that darkness before. Maybe use this to brighten a little bit, but it doesn't look super creasy. It doesn't look super gross. So as for like texture and formula, that looks pretty nice so far. As for coverage, not my cup of tea. But let's powder this and then let's see how this is all reacting with some powder on top. Okay, so I just got done powdering things and things weren't looking incredible. So I gave it a few minutes and we're revisiting and it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look good, but it doesn't look bad. I don't really know. The powders that I always use under my eyes, the Huda Beauty, the Easy Bake Setting Powder, never oxidizes other foundations, and this definitely oxidized this a little bit. It's just, you can kind of see, I don't know how much on camera, but in person you can kind of see the line of demarcation, and it just looks a little dry around that edge. As for the rest of my skin, like my nose looks really bad. Like super shitty. I can probably fix it with some powder foundation. In between my eyebrows looks really textured, and I've not had an issue with that lately. But the coverage overall looks pretty nice. On my cheeks doesn't look terrible, but yeah, through the T-zone here, it looks super dry, and this concealer is not my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna let this warm up on my face for a little bit. Maybe this will look better once I get some more products on top, but I will be back here in just a little bit. Okay, checking in a natural light. This did not look great before, but now that it's warmed up on my skin a little bit, this is looking so much prettier, still really natural, effortlessly kind of glowy, and just like my skin, but better. Definitely gives you some coverage. There's no creasing under my eyes. Doesn't look nearly as dry as it did when I started. So I really think this is one that needs to get on the skin, warm up with your body a little bit, and then you really start to see the full effect of what makes this so beautiful. So right now I'm pretty happy. It's about 45 minutes in. So we definitely have a long day ahead of us. We're gonna see if this wears well with a mask. Pretty nervous about that. Serum foundations I've used in the past have been like very like transfer prone. So it's definitely gonna be a test for this one. But I got some errands to run today. We're gonna be moving around in the heat a little bit. So we're really gonna put this foundation to the test. So stick around, y'all. Okay, everybody, it is the moment of truth. Let's get up. Oh my God. Well, I don't know if I have to tell you if this looks good or bad, but it looks very bad. Well, let's just say I'm very, very glad to be wearing a mask today, because wow. Okay, Selena Gomez, Rare Beauty, not mask proof in the slightest. Oh my gosh, this looks like shit now. I guess I'll do a regular wear test on another day. Yeah, I think that's gonna have to be the deal because this just looks bad. I don't know if I can save this. If I can manage to save this, then I will update later. But realistically, you're gonna see me on another day wearing it at about this time, like 2 hours in. But you know, you live, you learn. Okay, hi, we're back. It's the next day. Sorry, I'm in my office and there's no more rug. Goodbye, rug. So it is very echoey in here, but I am wearing the foundation again. I'm about 2 hours in, checking in like I did last time, not with a mask. We all saw how that went. But this is looking pretty good today. I've decided I just don't think I like the concealer. I don't know. It just looks a little dry. And it's not as much coverage as I normally like. And yeah, I don't think it's my thing, and that's okay. That's totally fine, not a big deal. But I'm going to keep wearing this for a few more hours. I have some more studying to do, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, everybody, we are back. It is the end of the day. For me, I'm ready to take this off. I've had this on for about 7 hours now. I'm ready to cook some dinner and relax with my husband. So I'm gonna give you my final verdict. We'll come in, do a quick back and forth. Okay, so I asked my husband when he got home, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything about my thoughts. I just want you to look at it and tell me exactly what you think. And so I sat down, he looked, and he literally repeated my thoughts. He said what I said. The concealer just isn't quite enough coverage, but he doesn't think it looks too terrible. I think it looks a little crepey out here on the outer edges of my eyes, but other than that, it really does look pretty okay. Just not the coverage level I'm looking for, and I couldn't build it up past anything besides this. So, not my favorite, not the worst. $19, so medium price point. Take it or leave it. But the foundation, he said, looked pretty patchy around the perimeters of my face, my cheeks, and I have others that look so much better, especially for the price. It's only $29, but that's still relatively like medium to high end on the price scale. So I would say the foundation concealer are a no for me. Rare Beauty so far has not been the hit I wanted it to be. I'm super disappointed. But I'm still probably gonna try, I would say the cream blushes, but that's probably where it stops for me. Unless those knock it out of the park, I don't know if I'm gonna try much else from the brand. But so far, Rare Beauty, the foundation, and the concealer are a thumbs down from me. But that brings us to the end of today's video. If you like what you saw today and you want to see more content like this, don't forget, comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Click on my face so you can subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. It helps me out a ton. Hit that notification bell so you can see every time I post new content. And as always, thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all.